All right, one of our themes today of the podcast is going to be puppies. Puppies everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
Who doesn't love puppies?
I love them. I just don't want any.
Well, no, we're not getting puppies, but one of the themes is puppies. Quick audio from a TikTok video of a young autistic boy getting a puppy, his first puppy. He's wanted it for years. We'll get to that in a second. It was kind of one of those happy cry moments.
Oh, yeah.
Watching it and listening to it. And also, Miss Florida. Miss Florida gets involved with puppies to help kids with autism. So like I said, we've got puppy news. Puppies.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's great. First, thank you to our title sponsor, Tracy Slepcevic. She is the Warrior Mom. Go to warriormom.org. Her book is out. You can also get that at warriormom.org. And, of course, connecting with her on all of her socials at warriormom.org. She's doing a lot of speaking, a lot of podcasts, a lot of radio, a lot of TV, a lot of internet TV. Hear what she has to say in her journey in healing her son with autism, warriormom.org. Also, on the Gulf Coast of Florida, which is where we live, our friends at Krabby Bill's. Man, has this been prime Krabby Bill weather lately or what?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! We love Krabby Bill's. That is our premier date night location. They're also just great community partners on the Daily Autism platform. We appreciate their support. They support the community in which they serve in many, many ways. So thank you to Krabby Bill's. You can go to krabbybills.com. Whether you're here in the Tampa Bay area where much of our audience is and our growing national and international audience, when you come to visit the Gulf Coast of Florida, as so many people do, the original Krabby Bill's is where you got to go.
I just saw they posted this morning. Did you have the pleasure of meeting the legend, the man, Krabby Bill?
Yeah, we did.
And he was such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy. He was so cool to our family. Yeah, you walked into Krabby Bill's and he was sitting there and you felt like you were very like royal, like he was royalty, you know,
right.
Kind of like, and I've heard people refer to him. He was sort of the mayor of Indian Rocks Beach. You know, he knew everybody knew him, but over 40 years, that one location, they have several locations now and other concepts, but that was incredible. So original Krabby Bill's. Thank you very much. All right. DailyAutism.com. That is where you go to connect with us on our socials. Melissa's going crazy on the videos and the memes. She's getting wild all weekend with you guys on Facebook. So help or be a part of that growing audience, I should say, at DailyAutism.com. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our hotline, our LinkedIn newsletter, everything is there at dailyautism.com, including this video. It's a short video, but it's a really kind of a cool moment. And I'm going to play it. Obviously, it's just the audio here on these podcasts and radio platforms. But this young child's coming home. His mom is on the front step. She's got a box, and she's encouraging her son, he has autism, to open the box. And when he realizes it's a puppy, he starts melting. I mean, and when I mean melting, I mean in a good way, not melt down. This is good melting.
Yeah.
You know, so listen to this. This is really something.
3.
That's it right there. Thank you, Mama. And so that was really cool. You can see that on our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, again, by linking from dailyautism.com. Thought that was really cool.
It's cute. It makes you want to cry, like a happy cry.
We have that debate about, well, we have a dog, but then I'm reading more about therapy dogs and learning more about therapy dogs. And I don't know, like I want to, but... So these dogs are so well trained and they really become partners with the child. That's what they're trained to do.
Yeah.
You know, obviously really, really smart dogs. Well, here's my concern. Cal develops this crazy, awesome bond, right, with the dog. Well, eventually, as we all have to do, every living thing on earth, it has to go away.
Right.
I just don't know, would he be able to take that?
I know. That's a little scary, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I would consider getting him a therapy dog in a couple years.
Yeah.
I'm a couple years away from that. First, he needs to be potty trained before I have to potty train a dog.
I think the dog comes potty trained. It's like they show up and they do their thing.
Well, what about all the shots and stuff? I mean, we have to pay for them.
I haven't researched all the shots.
I don't need to take care of anyone else right now.
No, I know, but I think it's like, Yeah, I don't think it's like that. I think everything's ready to I think it's all ready to go.
Oh.
I just worry about the bond. It's like such a good bond, and then if you lose that, is there a regression or a chance at regression? Like, wouldn't that be scary? I think that would be scary.
Really scary.
Yeah, but I've read all the great things these therapy dogs do, and all the great people that train them. It's great training, and I actually think with the therapy dog, so a lot of the other senses kick in and everything. He probably would get potty trained sooner with a therapy dog because the dog is guiding him through everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still a couple years away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. I just, it's really interesting to watch what they do with these therapy dogs. The problem is that our other kids would probably try to make it a fun dog.
Right.
Not that therapy dogs aren't fun dogs, but they're working. They have a job.
Right.
And at least two of our other kids, I think you know which ones I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Would probably try to convince this dog, hey, you don't have to be a therapy dog all the time. You can be our buddy sometimes.
True.
And
they would do that.
I don't think that's good for the therapy dog. I think they want to work.
I think the therapy dog would be very overwhelmed
Oh, yeah.
by those two.
Yeah. We're overwhelmed. I mean, of course, the therapy dog. And then we have our other dog, Barkley, who's not a therapy dog, but he's a great family dog. And I don't know how he would feel with another dog coming in. But then at the end of the day, I want to do what's right by Cal because I think that's more important than anything else. So I feel like every decision or every conclusion I come to is the wrong one. So it's
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah, every conclusion is the wrong one. All the research I'm reading, it's like if you can get a therapy dog, you should get one. It's like crazy research.
Nope.
Melissa's like, I'm not into.
caving.
I am not into research right now. Don't care about it. Don't want to hear about it.
Nope.
There's no research for me. So this is going to be a quick podcast because we're recording this on a Sunday, and the reality is we want to get to our weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, everybody. There is nothing wrong with wanting to get to your weekend. It has been an up and down. I hear some screaming.
Up and down.
It has been a seesaw, hasn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of late nights. He's not wanted to go to bed at night.
Where has this come from?
I don't know, but sleep and autism is definitely a thing. So it's been difficult at night.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah. It's a thing.
I lay him down at night and he's allowed to use his iPad for a little bit. And once I take it away, I say his prayers and whatever. He's not wanting me to take his iPad away. He's been kicking me, hitting me. Not good.
So Cal apparently cracked one of your ribs.
A couple weeks ago.
And it's actually just so crazy that I can just so nonchalantly say that. I mean, it's like that, no big story, and a lot of special needs parents get it. Or if you're in the business around special needs and that's your occupation or you have family, I mean, you're just like, oh yeah, your kid cracked your ribs, it's just another day,
Well, I'm like, what happened? I mean, he's almost 60 pounds, but I had a heel right to my rib.
Oh.
And I know that's what happened.
And he's got a big old heel. I mean, he can land that heel if he wants to.
I was definitely in pain.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that we just have that conversation? I wasn't like, okay, guys, get ready for this. You're not going to believe what happened. No. Why would I do that? Why? I mean, this is such a believable story and angle, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. You definitely get beat up. I mean, the therapists get beat up.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean,
it is bite marks and black eyes and scratching, and it's, geez. I mean, the headbutt. He tried to headbutt me the other day. He was just frustrated, and he wanted to go somewhere where we weren't going to go, and got the back of my neck, and I'm like, oh, no, you're not trying. I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure that you've got a landing spot for that big old head that's coming over. I moved my head to the left, bam, he went right there. And I was like, felt like Rocky dodging the big Russian boxer's right hooks and left hooks and everything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You definitely have to be prepared. I mean, I have to pull my hair up a lot around him, especially if I have to pick him up because he'll go straight for my hair.
Yeah.
And I really feel like he's going to rip it out of my scalp.
I usually get the biting. I'm usually the bite victim.
Yeah.
Likes that on me.
And you just take it. I mean, I know you have to take it, but
I've got this new move where the bites start and I just start whatever arm, it's usually like an arm or a shoulder that he's biting. The other one, I just flex my bicep as hard as I can. So you try to create like another
type of pain so you don't feel that pain.
Force, yeah, and it just kind of takes away. But there's a like second and a half where you're just like, and then it go, and then and then you can't say anything. No.
And then the worst thing
Well-
is when he comes up to you and he scratches your arm
Oh, I know.
and looks right in your eyes and you can't say a word.
You explained that very dramatically. That was it's pretty good. We need some background music for that one. I'm not going to go back and edit it in because it's Sunday, but that was pretty good.
I'm trying to give people the visual.
I think
He'll
they
take
got
his
it.
one fingernail and
But then if you go, that hurt, he'll go, well, then I'll kiss it. And then he'll kiss it.
right.
And
He
then-
was doing that last night.
Yeah. No, I know. I woke up, look at it, scratches all up and down my arm.
Well, he has a lot of changes right now, a new schedule with summer, and then he has a new therapist. And
Part of the thing, too, with the scratching is we're extremely tan right now because we're outside so much at the beach and the pool. And so, when you scratch your arm and you're tan, you have that big white mark.
Yep.
Well, now he's wanting to like almost draw designs in there and seeing what it is. When you're not as tan, he can't see that. It's not as interesting to him. But there's such a contrast now. I mean, these are all the ridiculous, crazy things that, how would getting a tan screw you over a little bit? Well, we managed to find out.
well, more reason to be strong.
Yeah, no,
I just
for
got
sure.
an elliptical.
You did, yeah. And it's a good. We'll get to that in a second, but it's good that you bring that up. Like sometimes, once in a while, not a lot, but we'll get a message, and it's like, all you guys do is complain about this, about that. It's like, well, we're actually kind of laughing and joking because this is what humans do.
Yeah.
So I would rather do this than my head explode. Physically, my head would explode.
You just kept it all in.
Yeah,
you mean?
and so it's just. I mean, this is reality. This is the truth. Everybody wants to hear that, right? Aren't we supposed to be talking and having conversations? So, yeah, that's I guess in a sense it's complaining because it's very hard. It's also, though, like I said, there's no dramatic buildup. Get ready for the story of a lifetime. You're not going to believe what happened to Melissa the other day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and it's just connecting to the real life of special needs and autism,
I feel like that should be done in like a voice, like a promo voice guy. Like,
get ready for the story of a lifetime. You're not going to believe it.
Hey,
something
that's
like-
pretty awesome.
That's pretty good, right? That makes it. That makes it a
I
little
wonder
better.
if that
Right?
would have sounded good for my scratch story.
What do you mean? Oh, you're set up on the scratch story? Well, let's try it. Go ahead.
When he looks at you.
Oh, it's not
Mine's
good.
not good.
Yeah, it's not working for you. I don't know why yours doesn't work and mine does.
Maybe it's connected to yours.
It is connected to mine, but you should still work on yours. Well, that's weird. Here, I'll give you my
now we know.
microphone real quick. Yeah, well, that's a good point. Now we know.
When he looks into your eyes.
I can't
Okay, that
do
was
it.
terrible. I don't know what that was.
I can't do it. Oh my gosh.
When he looks into your eyes. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Jeez.
Oh my gosh. That laugh was pretty creepy.
Pretty good. Okay, elliptical, because I did a TikTok the other day. What noise was that?
Cow.
I know, but what was it?
Tyler's with him.
Okay, so we don't
Laughing,
need to,
whining. I don't know.
what noise was that? That's. We got an elliptical. I did a TikTok the other day and was talking about. I just finished a workout out on the driveway, and I got to tell you, I mean, we probably work out now more than we ever have in our life, because we've seen what stress can do, and this can be a very stressful lifestyle. Not can be, it is.
Oh yeah.
And so it's very important to work out because I think it has really good emotional benefits, not just the physical. I mean, everybody knows the benefits of being in good physical health, but emotionally, sweating out all those toxins. And also, for me, it's saying I just accomplished something. Like I wanted to do this, let's just say a 25-minute workout, and I did it. And then you're like, okay, I did something. I created something.
Right.
I had a goal. I knocked it out, and now I'm moving on. It's just kind of cool to keep your day going when you're able to do that. So, you've always been into working out. I have been into working out most of my life, on and off most of my life. And so our neighbor across the street sees us working out. We don't go to the gym as much for obvious reasons. So we work out in our driveway. It's very like prison yard workouts. You're just out on a body of concrete. It's 94 degrees. The humidity's 89%. The sun is blazing. And we're out there just drenched in sweat. Our neighbors kind of think it's funny now. Like our one neighbors yesterday, Sean and Jenna, were sort of making fun of me. Not making fun of me, but they were sort of like, oh, you're like the workout dude. Like, go get the elliptical that the neighbors give it away. I'm like, that's the last thing I need right now.
I need it.
Well, I'm just saying the last thing I need. Like, I just don't need one more thing to have in the garage and everything like that. But our daughter, our youngest daughter, Austin, saw it out there, took a picture of it, sent it to Melissa, who was with clients, and of course, didn't tell me she did that. But she came in and she goes, "Hey, Mom wants the elliptical across the street. Go get it." And I'm like, how would she even know it? She's not even here. I mean, does she have some drone I don't know about? And she's circling the house and saw it? And she's like, "Oh, no, I sent her the picture." And I'm like, oh, great.
I have always wanted an elliptical. Always.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank Phil across the street.
I'm very happy about it.
Phil and Dora. Phil said he was only on that thing 3 times his entire life. I said, "Phil, what's going on?" He's like, "I'm too old." I'm like, all right.
It's in good shape. I've always wanted an elliptical, and like you said, it's hard to make it to the gym as much. He's getting angry.
Yeah.
But part of me...
He is getting angry.
Part of me working out is for my anxiety. It really helps me a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying about the emotional thing. I think there's more I think it's probably the older we get, there's more emotional value in working out than physical value. Like, there's a point, it's like you want to look good, like I want to look good and everything. But the older you get, you're sort of like, it's not like you're as into it as you used to be. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're not 26 anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're not going out to I remember I would go out 4 nights a week when I was young, like go out to different places, restaurants, bars, rooftops. Now it's like, we just kind of piddle paddle around the beach, which we love, and the pool and you know what I mean?
Well, and girls want to have this perfect body to meet their husband.
Yeah.
Now I have a husband and he likes me anyways. As long as I work out and I'm taking care of myself, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Okay, we'll wrap this up real quick because
he's getting mad.
Yeah, okay, but real quick in Bradenton, which is just south of us, Sarasota area on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Miss Florida for America, that's the name of the pageant that she's in, but she is Miss Florida. She's competing in the nationals, but she has autism. She's actually autistic. And she's using this platform called Ability Beyond Disability, which is really cool. But she's partnering, her name's Barcelona, she's partnering with the Florida Doodle Dogs to give golden doodle puppies to 2 children who are on the autism spectrum, and they will be trained to become service dogs. And I just thought that was really cool. One, that I'm looking actually at a picture of her mom, and one of the doodles. It's cool that she was able to work through the autism, the diagnosis. I think it's cool that the mom was obviously happy that she was able to do that. And then now that they're doing this really good cause thing. So just trying to find some cool news. That's why I really thought the TikTok video with the kid was great. And then this is really cool. You're hearing more and more about autism and all of the different ways that people are managing, pushing through, gaining function, parents and kids teaming up. It's really cool. And I think this is really great too, because now we're getting into, beauty pageants. I mean, there's, last week we talked about the NBA basketball player.
Yep.
He came out, he got diagnosed because his son got diagnosed. We've talked about the baseball player for the Tampa Bay Rays. His son got diagnosed, and now he's doing a lot of things. And now this woman, Barcelona in Sarasota, and she's doing this thing with the beauty pageants and the dog. So it's just really cool. I like the mainstream element of all of this. It's cool.
It is, and I think it's cool that you're hearing more about it. I obviously have so many questions about that. Like, did she just find out she's diagnosed? I
know.
But I'm not going to bother you with it.
Well, it's not bothering me with it. It's just we were going to do a short one. But we'll use this as either for the radio show or a future podcast. We can jump in. I actually thought about maybe reaching out to them and maybe getting them on the radio show for even like a 5-minute interview.
Yeah.
Just to talk about what they're doing. Most importantly, I think it's great what they're doing for the awareness aspect, but I want to talk more about how they got involved with therapy dogs because that's becoming a big thing. So I'd like to dive into that a little bit.
Well, I want to know, she looks functioning,
Sure.
Which it's hard to say you look a certain way, but
I know what you mean. But
it's like, did you have a hard time when you were younger and now you're functioning? That's what I want to know.
And I think that's also a great question for the mom too, because I also like to get the parent side of the story. What was it like in the beginning? What did you think about? What did you have to overcome? So much of what we talk about is more for parents. 99% it's parents or family members, even therapists. We have a large following of therapists as well, more so than the actual autistics. And I say that respectfully because I'm not autistic. You're not autistic. I don't want to pretend to know what you've gone through or are going through.
Right. I remember when we met Tracy from Warrior Mom.
Yeah.
And I had a million questions.
I know.
Like, I just wanted to keep asking questions.
I know.
I'm interviewing her.
I know. I think she probably gets a lot of that, but she's so cool to talk about it all. And you know, but I'm with you. It is an interesting kind of the dichotomy of the whole thing. It's like, because people ask me sometimes, well, where do your wife, like you and your wife, like, where do you guys like fit in this whole thing? And I'm like, it's really easy. I was like, it's just all about the parents.
Yeah.
And sometimes I say the cool parents, and they're like, well, what do you mean the cool parents? I'm like, I don't know. Every category has like a certain group of people who have just gone off the deep end. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. I either can't relate, or they're not having fun, or they're not trying, or I don't know. It's just something. But we're all about cool parents. And we hang out with so many of the cool parents of autism.
Yes, that are still trying to like find the good and be happy and positive,
yeah,
and motivated.
I mean, we're living in the good, but we are dealing with the sucker punches at times, and the headbutts, and the broken ribs, and the.
It is pretty crazy.
The poop parties, which aren't parties, but we just say that they are, because as we go through and clean them, we're just like, we're here. Let's laugh and enjoy this, because what's the alternative?
Yeah.
You know, so. Yeah, this is an outlet really for parents. We've been very fortunate that the outlet has also turned to, you know, I think the entrepreneurs, if you will, of autism in the space have seen the value in what we've built, which really unintentionally, it was just like, let's form this community. It was like this, like we were knocking like, hey, is there anyone out there like us? Is anybody listening? Hello? That was almost 3 years ago.
I know.
Turns out this huge door opened and all these people came through, which is, like I said, no complaints. This is awesome. Just, I wish we could say we were smart enough that that's what we knew we were doing, but we're not. But everyone, since then, we've created all these different medias, new media, terrestrial, modern, digital, everything. And now these people, the entrepreneurs of the products and the services of autism are coming through. Well, you guys have built this, and we want to be a part, which is awesome. So we've made so many connections to other people. So
yep. It's been great and fun, and we got to go because he's
having a moment.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to go enjoy the pool. It's about 89 degrees in the pool water. So that should be good. Thank you again, Tracy Slepcevic, the Warrior Mom. Grab the book and connect with her on socials, warriormom.org. Our friends at Krabby Bill's on Indian Rocks Beach, whether you're local here in the Tampa Bay area, like so much of our audience, or you're going to come to visit the original Krabby Bill's, go to krabbybills.com. Live music every day at the loading dock. Make sure you hit that loading dock. That is when you feel like you're on a tropical island and there are no worries in the world. Also, America's Autism Hotline, 877-344-ATSM. And we're online 24/7. We'll see you there at dailyautism.com.